as well.
The users have got nothing but praises for the center.
It's a terrific resource for me. If anybody asks me, I can say to ring the drop-in centre and able to give information. I had a phone call from a colleague of mine who asked me where you get counselling, and I was able to direct them only last Friday to the drop-in centre, and they were able to help me. So it's a terrific resource to have locally.
It's a forum for you to interact with people. You are able to teach them, for them to learn something. You also find that some people who don't speak English, they have French language as their own lingua franca. You have to find a way to interact and to teach them, and that helps you also to develop some kind of interest in languages as well.
Drop-in center is like a home to me. You need some people to talk to, you need some information. Like for instance, as everybody knows that we as asylum seekers, we usually are stuck in a house. You don't know your neighbors, you don't know anybody, you're just all alone. Especially in my case, I'm a mother of 4. I'll be 3 years in this country in a few months' time, so I've had some hard times. So after having the hard times, during the hard times that I've had a sigh of relief after getting to know the drop-in center, because if you have any unresolved issues, you've got people there to talk to. They'll give you some advices, places where to go to. Even if you just want to go out, it's easy to go. You have a chat, you meet some people over a cup of tea. By that, you come to a stage whereby you know that you are not alone. There are people to talk to if you need somebody to talk to.
People who come to Ireland with little or no English are given English lessons, and those who need computer trainings find ready teachers.
I'm learning English.
We heard about it in February by a friend of mine. She told me about this place that is very useful. They teach English and computers. If you don't have any experience, if you come here, it's going to be useful. And since I came here, I found it very, very useful to me, because I've been coming here a lot and it has been helping me. I'm doing computer word processing at the moment, and they are also teaching me how to type, because I had no idea of typing. So right now I'm really benefiting from it a lot.
We are like the summer school, coming here to learn English, how to write, how to speak, and the computer and other things. I really like speaking English, but now little.
2 weeks come to school, me like language.
I think it's a place where mostly asylum seekers and people who just came into this country newly, that's where they come to, for maybe to get some sort of information on things that maybe bother them. Like normally we have this meeting that we come for on Mondays. It's called Women's Group Meeting. Women come in to talk about what they, how they manage with just maybe being a parent. Maybe some people who are just new, who just had their babies newly. They come in here to discuss some of the problems that really bother them about, child bearing and bringing up the children as well.
People on work placement or training also avail of the services of the drop-in.
Training in community development. So, a lot of the role playing and the what we've been tutored was theoretical. So it was great for me to get a work placement here, because I was interested in the refugee, particularly the refugee asylum seeker area. So I was delighted to be offered a placement here for 2 weeks. And basically what amazed me was there's a lot of young mothers come into the drop-in centre, and I found, even sometimes if they're not taking a class, that they'll drop in and just have a chat with you and tell you about their lives, and that was good for me, because I was able to put my training, into action.
The centre does not forget to show appreciation to those who've been of help to them.
Ruth, today is your last day with us, and on behalf of all of us here in the drop-in, Patrick and myself right now, would like to give you this little posy of flowers and to say thank you very much. It's been wonderful having you, and we hope we'll see you again in the next part of the programme. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Patrick. Thank you.
According to Clemente Sepan, everybody should work hard to ensure the drop-in remains open and strong.
I believe the drop-in has provided incredible and very strong support to people from new communities. Irish people as well who have come down here to look at the work that the drop-in has been able to do to meet people or recruit people for programs that that the community, different community groups sort of offers for everybody within Tallaght. I think the sustainability of the drop-in going into the future rests not only on the participation of people, users of the center, but also amongst volunteers, people who volunteer their time, their experience and their expertise, whether in language courses or computers, whether that be in artwork, in music and dance and drama, whatever activities that happens here that people volunteer for, but also into the very real sense that there is the drop-in going forward, that it's going to be there, that the drop-in is not going to one day close up because there is no support or funding really for the place to be open.
I believe also that the much needed funding should be sought after so that this drop-in center will continue to exist well into the future, because without the drop-in there's going to be a huge vacuum, particularly for the immigrants that are coming into the country, and coming there has been of great use to them. And if it is allowed to die, I wonder what will happen to the thousands of people who have been using the drop-in over the past 1 year.
The most important thing, I suppose, is to keep the drop-in centre open, to get funding to be able to do that.
The Brigidine sisters who have been so wonderful in funding the drop-in are always in the minds of the people.
I would like to use this opportunity to commend Sister K, who is one of the coordinator and the officers at the drop-in.
I really want to use the opportunity to thank the Brigidine sisters that have so selflessly supported this initiative.
I'd like to use this opportunity to thank the Brigidine sisters for funding the drop-in this far. You don't know how much you have touched people's life. I hope you continue to keep the candle burning.
I thank you to the untiring and selfless Sister K, who has worked so hard to make the drop-in a success. May God bless you and bless the Brigidine sisters.